Hey everybody, welcome to Close Reading for today, Monday, May 18th, 2020. Today is day one, so we are looking for that main idea of our new text, Do Teens Need Recess? Before we get started, you want to make sure you have out three things. Number one, this video. Number two, the text itself, Do Teens Need Recess? You know where to find it in the Google Classroom assignment. And thirdly, the Google form to answer the questions on as we go. All right, let's get started. Some glows and grows from our assignments last week. So something we did well as a group was when we were writing the main idea of that poem, we included the big topic in our main idea. So when you were answering the Google form question in your own words, you put the main topic, the big topic. Awesome job. But a grow for us is that we always need to include evidence from the text to support our main idea. Just like you would when you're answering a short response question, when you write your main idea, tell us what in the text made you think that. Include the quote or put the quote in your own words, but make sure you have that contextualized evidence in your main idea job. All right, so we are set up today. The second thing we want to do is preview the text. So we're going to take a look at what we're reading today. We're going to figure out the genre. We're going to remind ourselves what the genre frames are, or those thinking jobs, and we're going to focus on the title and how that's going to help us understand the main idea. Take a quick look through the article that we're reading today. Try to figure out for yourself what is the genre and what are those thinking jobs that are going to help me. Pause the video here, take a look through the article yourself, and then come back. All right, so yes, you probably noticed that that article is an informational text because there seems to be one topic that they're exploring. There seems to be some text features, some people quoted, and a lot of information. So the things that are going to help us understand this informational article are 1, what is the topic? 2, what is the text teaching me about the topic? And 3, what is the author's point of view? And that brings us back to the title. So thinking about the title of this article, Do Teens Need Recess? Let's answer the first Google form question. What is the big topic or question being examined in this article? Go ahead and answer this question and then press play. Great, so looking at the title, you probably noticed that this article is going to examine the issue of whether or not teens or older students in general should have recess throughout the day. So as we read this informational article that explores this topic, you're going to want to keep this transferable takeaway in mind. As you read nonfiction texts, pay attention to clues the author gives you about his or her point of view throughout the entire text, not just at the end or really at the beginning. This will ensure you arrive at a point of view that reflects the entire text. So today and every day, as we read this informational text, we're paying attention to the clues in the beginning, the middle, the end, the text features, the whole thing, trying to figure out the author's point of view and maybe what our point of view on this topic will be as well. So let's read and find out for ourselves. Do teens need recess? Some high schools across the country are implementing Big Kid Recess as a response to student stress levels. Should playtime be mandatory for teens nationwide? Yes. Quote, a break during the school day would benefit everyone. Ryan Nugent, a high school sophomore in Massachusetts. We need a break. Ask a teen about their day and they'll likely give you a long list of classes, extracurricular activities, and schoolwork. No. Quote, setting aside time for recess would hurt my education. From Regan Zuber, a high school junior in New York. Recess would increase my stress, not take away from it. I want to focus on the subjects I'm interested in and develop skills that'll help me in the future. Debate. Yes. I've witnessed so much anxiety related to these hectic schedules. Students pulling the fire alarm during mid-year exams, kids sobbing in class, and even a girl fainting during a test. With today's intense pressure to succeed, many teens are pushed to take on too many responsibilities at the expense of sleep, exercise, and free time. Let's pause right there and take a look at the second question. What information do you expect to learn about the big topic on the second page? Based on that title, yes, and what we've read so far, what information do you expect to learn about this topic on the second page? Go ahead and answer this question. All right, let's keep reading. We left off right here on this paragraph. Thanks to this unhealthy atmosphere, it's no wonder that more than 25% of teens ages 13 to 18 have a diagnosable anxiety disorder at some point, according to the National Institute of Mental Health. Even those who aren't struggling with a disorder often still have trouble getting through the painfully long school day. With only a few hurried minutes between classes, we get worn out, and it becomes increasingly hard to pay attention the longer we sit at our desks. Recess is the best remedy for this unfortunate situation. Studies show that children who engage in physical activity reap the benefits of improved physical and mental health. Yet only 27% of high schoolers get the recommended 60 minutes of daily physical activity. That's probably because we have so much going on after school that it's hard to make room for exercise. If schools were to set aside even a short amount of time for us to move around, it could help relieve our stress, and it also could make us more focused in class later on. And before we read this next paragraph, let's read this text feature. Just 5 to 20 minutes of exercise could improve a student's attention span and test scores. Is this a good case for recess? Recess has other positive aspects too. Even if students didn't want to run around, they'd still benefit from a mental break. That way, their brains could regroup for a bit, and they'd go back to class feeling refreshed and ready to learn again. Plus, recess would serve as an opportunity for social and emotional interactions that can't take place in the classroom, like meeting new friends. Sometimes, as beneficial as recess shouldn't be just for little kids. We teens deserve a chance to blow off steam and recuperate from demanding classes. After all, taking care of our mental health is just as important as what we're learning in class. And let's take a look at this text feature called The Power of Play. Google. 1. Google encourages its staff to get creative with a Lego station. Who knows how many brilliant ideas have been sparked while fiddling around in there? Secret power. Studies show that solving puzzles can improve your ability to think on your feet. 2. Cliff. The office gym at Cliff Bar features a rock climbing wall and free exercise classes, so workers can squeeze some physical activity into lunch breaks. Secret power. According to research, exercise may enhance both long-term and short-term memory. And this text feature actually continues on to the third page, because I imagine this was a magazine where they were next to each other. So let's continue. The power of play. These 4 companies have found cool ways to give employees recess with additional research-backed benefits. Third example is Facebook. Facebook employees in Silicon Valley can socialize and bond with their colleagues while competing in the company's video arcade. Game on. Secret power. People who play action video games may be able to make decisions 25% faster. And the 4th company example is Yelp. In Yelp's New York offices, employees can sing their hearts out on the company karaoke machine. Secret power. When you sing, your brain releases endorphins, the hormone that makes you feel happy. Here's a good spot to answer question number 3. How does this text feature, that blue box on pages 2 and 3 that we just read, add to what we've read so far about the main topic? Go back and take a look at that text feature. What does it add to your understanding about this topic? Let's continue reading. We're now at the top of page 3. Subheading No. If I'm forced to go to recess, that cuts back on the time allotted to my education, and that'll only hurt me in the long run. The idea of recess is well-intentioned, but where would we fit another period in the school day? One option would be to shorten classes, giving teachers less time to teach important material. That means they wouldn't have time to cover everything, so we'd likely end up with more homework, which would add to our stress levels. The other option would be to lengthen the school day, leaving less time afterward for extracurricular activities and homework, and that would just stress us out too. For many of us, those extracurricular activities are our recess. High school is a chance to seize as many opportunities as possible so we can figure out what we want to do after graduation. That's why many students enroll in electives and AP courses. We want to expand our horizons before entering the real world. A mandatory recess would take away precious time we could be spending exploring these topics. Besides, we'll have even more on our plates when we're adults, so figuring out how to cope with heavy workloads now will only help us later on. And let's read this text feature. Approximately 6.5 hours is the average length of an American school day. Is there really room for recess? In addition, mandatory free time could lead to increased trouble on campus if teens get bored and feel the need to shake things up. And even if everyone is well behaved, I imagine plenty of teens would spend the period staring at their phones rather than exercising or running around with friends. Instead of forcing all students to participate in recess, we'd be better off encouraging everyone to develop methods of coping with stress, like adding a study hall to our schedules or sitting with friends at lunch. That way we can all relax without taking away from anyone's education. So that's the end of the text on page 3. And right here we have from the Scholastic magazine. Which side are you on? Go to scholastic.com/choices to vote and get real-time results to see how your opinions stack up. So now that we've just finished reading the 3rd page, ask yourself, how does this 3rd page connect to what we've read so far? Does it sound similar or different? Does it add anything new? How does the 3rd page connect to what we've read so far? Once you've answered this question, let's move on. Woohoo! You have made it to the secret question. Nice job watching this whole video, making you a better reader. The secret question is, what is your opinion? Should older students have recess in their school days or not? Go ahead and type your opinion in the answer on the Google form where it says secret question. Nice work. All right, so here we are. You are ready to write the main idea of this informational text. Keep in mind the CFS and the fact that your main idea should be at least 3 sentences or 3 bullet points long. Once you've done that, make sure you use this checklist to check yourself that you have all of these things in your main idea. And answer the short response question. Why did the author write this article? Use details from the text to support your answer. And here's the CFS for that as well, to remind you what your short answer should include. Nice job, everybody. Can't wait to see some amazing main ideas and short answer responses.